Newcastle are expected to part ways with Steve Bruce imminently, but the outgoing manager should never have been treated as badly as he has been by some fans. Out of the smoke and thunder of the Newcastle United buyout, one sentence from the manager who will be trampled underfoot in the stampede to a bright new tomorrow on Tyneside hit savagely home. Steve Bruce, soon to be ex-manager of the club he has supported all his life, came out with this observation as he reflected on the stick he has suffered from his fellow Newcastle fans in his time in charge. Some of the things written and said about me, the abuse on social media, I'm just glad my parents were not still alive to see and hear it because it would have broken their hearts. Bruce lost both his parents within the space of 3 months in 2018. Imagine for a second just how stinging the barbs have to be for a man to be glad his parents are dead so they do not have to be exposed to them. Amongst the pile of messages was one which read, I hope you die of COVID. There is barely a Newcastle supporter who will not welcome Bruce's imminent departure, but in their joy at his exit and their elation at the real injection that will make their club serious players again in English football, those who considered him fair game for such filth should take some time to consider the impact of their attacks. Bruce might have been a poor appointment, although it is worth his many critics remembering that if he had not kept Newcastle in the Premier League the Saudis would never have come knocking, but he did not deserve the excess which came his way. No one does. Football managers and their abilities will always attract a range of opinion, positive and negative, but there is a line of basic decency which should not be crossed. In too many cases, in Bruce's case, as the visible punchbag for the Mike Ashley regime, it was. The manager is the first point of criticism for disgruntled fans and that will never change. The scrutiny goes with the territory. Fans have the right to call for change at their clubs. But even in the Wild West environment that football can resemble, there is no place for personal vilification on the scale that Bruce was subjected to. There is an argument that the high wages and substantial payoffs should be more than an adequate cushion for managers. Bruce will ride off into the sunset a wealthy man, but the reality is that no amount of money insulates against a degree of hurt that makes you glad your parents are dead. It will be painful and frustrating enough to know you are a lame duck manager about to depart as the wind of change blows in from the Arabian desert.